Hello, I wanted to take a moment to show you what it takes to make a side-by-side Class 1 off-highway vehicle legal for the state of Tennessee. I may have did a little bit more than is necessary, but I'm going to go over the minimum requirements first. And the first thing you can see is you have to have front and rear turn signals. And I have a center mounted brake light, but the center mounted brake light and the turn signal is not necessary. You don't have to have that, but it was only $30 on eBay and it was well worth it. I think from a safety standpoint it makes sense. And so that's the turn signal indicator. It's toggle switch with an illuminator on the inside. In addition, you are supposed to have a horn, and you are supposed to have brake lights that activate when you hit that brighten when you hit the brake. Now this is in park, so they actually have the brake lights on right now automatically, but you can see this is something that every side-by-side has, I think. So this gives you an idea. That's factory though. Now, some things that I did also was you have to have rear view mirrors. These were $35 from Amazon. I have one on both sides. And let's see. Also, what I did was I like to be able to ride this machine in the winter. Now, this is not to make it DOT legal, but this is just for riding pleasure. But I have a factory Polaris heater with defroster. Now, I've read that some states actually require you to have a interior window defroster. So I went ahead and had this added. One other thing that I had just because I was going to ride it on the road so much was I had power steering added. It was a kit made by Tusk, and you can see right here how much easier. If you've ever tried to turn the steering wheel on a side-by-side that does not have power steering, you'll understand how easy it is when you do turn one with power steering. This was added. It was made by Tusk. Now, there is another, depending on the way that you read the rule book, a parking brake. Now, some people take it to mean just the parking brake lever itself when you put it in park. But the better way, and actually will save your parking sprawl, is to go ahead and add this $100 parking brake kit. It just bolts right on. It takes less than 5 minutes to put on, no special tools. The bolt holes are already there, and you release it just by hitting the brake. It will save your transmission. If you've ever put one of these side-by-sides on a hill in a bind, it sounds, when you go to put it back in reverse or neutral or drive, it sounds like it's going to bust the transmission apart. And you can actually hurt the parking sprawl inside the transmission by doing that, by putting too much pressure on it on a hill. So this will definitely be worth the money. It's definitely worth $100 to save your transmission. Some things that I did to this machine to get it further ready for use on the street is these are DOT tires. Now these are 8-plies, and if you've ever been in a bad situation where you have a flat on one of these machines, you'll understand the value of a really good set of tires. These are 8-ply DOT tires, and they're this set here is 26 inches tall, and they ride really good. They ride really smooth on the pavement. They're basically a shrunken truck tire. They're a radial tire, and they are fantastic. They look like they would ride really rough, but with the big lugs, but they don't. And they go really good in the woods too. In fact, I think they ride better than the originals. Another thing that I went ahead and added to this machine, just not to make it street legal, but just for riding enjoyment. If you're going to ride one of these machines on the road a lot, this machine did not have the upgraded Fox shocks from the factory. This is a set of shocks that I added to it, and they're Fox 2.0 shocks, and they are fully adjustable up here on the clicker, 5-way adjustable, and also I have E-box springs added to it. I have this is worth every penny. If you ever ride one of these machines with a set of shocks that are high quality shocks, then you'll not regret making that decision to purchase it, because a $2,400 set of shocks can make an old machine, which this one is 7 years old now, but it made this machine ride as good as many of the new ones that I've rode. And I've rode almost all of them, and this machine rides fantastic. And it's not because of the machine, it's because of the shocks. The shocks makes the difference. So if you're going to be riding a lot on the roads, I definitely would spend the money for a good set of shocks, which I resisted for a long time, but now I have no regrets. They're $2,400. That's a 5,000-pound synthetic rope winch with remote control on the inside. And basically that's what it takes to make a machine legal. And you can see that the horn works, the radio. This is made by Swamp Donkey, and those are marine waterproof speakers. And I went ahead and added the safety harnesses just to make it safe. So hopefully this has showed you everything that you need to be DOT legal in the state of Tennessee. And I think that as a matter of safety, I think every machine should come with a set of Pro Armor doors. And especially if you've ever turned one over on its side, you will not want to be in a side-by-side if it is on its side or upside down with a set of factory nets. So these are a set of JEI off-road tree kickers. They were $350. They're made by JEI Off-Road in Indiana. They're fantastic. They made extremely well, powder coated. You can actually order it powder coated in other colors. But anyway, hopefully this has given you some ideas on what it takes.